To approach with caution in 2024. My name is Wendy Ologe, and I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. The Intentional Parent Academy is an academy for parents to learn how to parent. Yes, you heard that right. All right, a lot of the times, many people say and ask, why do I need to learn parenting? You'll find out today. Welcome to Tuesday Live and welcome here. Tell me where you're streaming live from. Right in the comment section. We have 28 people waiting. Don't watch alone. Share this with your family and your friends. Tell them that it's about to go down. You know how it is on our Tuesday Live. We're here every Tuesday, 2 p.m. We've done this the past 5 years. Somebody should be giving us accolades right now. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, I see you. Mary, I see you. Nkechi, right? I see you guys. I see you, Yadas. You guys are the real and the Boski. Yes. All right, let's go straight to the conversation of the day because today we're going to be breaking some tables, trying to replace them. The good thing about the Intentional Parent Academy is that, yes, we shake the tables, we break them, we bond them, we give you new tables, make new bridges, and then you work on them. That's a beautiful thing about us. Now, number one trend you want to avoid and you approach with caution in 2024 is number one, helicopter parenting. That's number one. All right, sorry about that. All right, so helicopter parenting, number one. Number one, helicopter parenting. Put that in the comment section. Overly hovering and controlling parenting styles can hinder a child's independence and problem-solving skills. Finding a balance between support and autonomy is very crucial. Now, let me tell you about helicopter parenting. You see, the other day someone, said to me, my child was having an issue in class. I do not think that the school handled it so well. I'm going to go to the school because this child who he's having issues with is intimidating him. So I'm going to go to that school and make sure that I deal with it. Oshe, you are actually trying to hover. Some of us, our children are playing. Your heart is in your mouth, literally. Like you cannot, watch your children. Like, what if they fall? What if you want to control every aspect of their lives? You want to control everything they are doing. You want to, you're just there, just controlling everything. That's helicopter parenting. You are hovering. You don't want your child to make mistakes. You don't want them to fail. Are you that parent? You are hovering. When you hover over a child, you kill their ability to become. Somebody help me write that in the comment section. When you hover over a child, you kill their ability to become. So children are not actually born for you to hover over them. You need to give them an autonomy. Autonomy means that they are human beings. They are human beings, guys. They are not for you to control. Many times people think that parenting is about trying to control a child. No, parenting is about trying to control yourself, not control a child. But very many of the times, right, we actually think that we are caring for our children. Thank you so much, Madam Zebune. All right, you think that you are actually trying to care for the child, but you're destroying the child. You go to school to fight a teacher because your child had an altercation in school. And then you actually go to school and slap. Like, are you joking? You go to school and you go and find the parent of the boy that had been harassing your son. And then you warn the parents. Well done. You're just being a helicopter. You're not going to help your child. Develop skills that they will need to become who they need to become today. Adulthood is about autonomy. Children are human beings. They are not properties. So parenting is about controlling yourself, not controlling a child. The moment you see yourself controlling a child, you are on the wrong track of parenting. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Nkechi. Hi, Egochi. Hi, um, I say Pearl. Thank you for joining me today. Number two, tiger parent. Two different kinds of human beings. Yeah, one was helicopter, the one that flies, hovers. Hmm. Two, the second one is a tiger. You are the tiger parent. There's an excessive strictness. My children cannot try it. Is that you? They know me now. They can't try any nonsense. If they try it, they are gone. You find out that your children are so stressed. Tiger parents are the one who actually put targets. My children need to. You overschedule your children. These are the tiger parents. From one music class to another, this and that, there's no time to play because no. We need to schedule these children. When you overschedule a child, all right, it can lead to stress, burnout, and even incompetence. So there's really no downtime, no time to play. When you see your children reading books that are not school books, you get angry. Is anybody guilty here? You get angry. You want them to read school book all the time. Everything is academic. No, you need to pass. As in your child is, your child is always on their toes. Oh yes, I call it ego. Everything you couldn't achieve, your children need to achieve it because according to you, these things I was deprived. These children must do it. They must come. All the first you didn't come. You force your children to come first. We were teaching at the emotional intelligence course. Oh my goodness. Did you attend that course? If you didn't, you did yourself a disservice. It's not me now. You missed. If there's anybody who did not attend that course, let me see you in the comment section. You didn't, please go and get replay of that course. You still can. We left the replay for 20,500 for people outside of the, of course, yeah, that's have a different fee. But we left it till the end of the month. After that, you buy it at 30,500. So you just tell yourself, you know what? I didn't, the first you didn't come back. You just get, all right? You just get all the things. Somebody said, we're here to find where we belong. You will find it. You gather all the things, right? You know, um, you gather all the things that you couldn't do, all the firsts that you couldn't come. You just say, they need to read. If they don't read, your children are reading, your children are writing exams. It's as if life is being snuffed out of them. As in, you are literally snuffing life out of your children. They actually hate home. Literally. They are reading, no, there's a particular school they must go to. So because of that, they will attend lesson. Your children will start primary one, they attended lesson. Nursery school, now, and I hear that nursery school children attend lesson. They do all the sporting activities. They do extracurricular. They are playing piano. They are swimming. They at the same time, when they come back, they are fagged out. Some children get home at 6 p.m. That is wickedness. I don't care what makes the child get home at 6 p.m. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. You can say, oh, should I quit my job? What is she saying? Why must she say that your job is you that is working the job? You need to go and listen to that AI class. You're doing it at the detriment of the child. The child gets home at 6 p.m. Like, are you joking? And then when they get back home, there's one lesson teacher waiting for them. And then when they finish, what is even the reason for this lesson teacher? I've asked this question. Nobody has been able to answer me. Nobody. Nobody has been able to answer me. The child will do lesson. You don't teach a child mathematics by teaching the child more mathematics. You don't. I've said this countless times. I started saying things from beginning of. I started talking about screen time and screen addiction 6 years ago. It wasn't a thing. I screened that screen. People say, "What do you mean?" No, children are learning a lot on TV. 5-6 years down the line, see what see what TV is doing to kids. Look at it. We're down to the conversation. People are bringing me things that I have said 6 years ago. Things I've said 6 years ago. You take your children, right? And then you put all the certificates we 2-7 made. Those of us that made 2-1, gather here. 2-1 first class, where are you? In the comment section. This is the kind of thing I'll do as a government. Where are you in the comment section? Gather now. What, and then what? And then what? Your children don't become with certificates. They become with creativity. So if your child is not creative, no matter how much certificate they gather, it's neither here nor there. I'm in the category for UT people. So it's a thing of pride. Oh, my child made the best result in the whole world. And then what? Am I saying that making the best result is bad? No, please don't get me wrong. My children do tops of the class, but it's not a measurable, thing. I usually say that academic success is only, what is required. Academic success is only a fruit of intentional parenting. Academic success is only a fruit of intentional parenting. So you don't teach a child who is struggling. We're having the understanding your child's learning style course coming up, right? Next month. Am I right? Coming up next month is a course that you want to attend if your child is struggling. So it's sort of putting this math teacher over this math teacher. His math teacher. You don't teach math by hiring more math teacher. You cannot. The highest that will happen, according to you, hey, my child is not doing well. They will make A's without being creative, without knowing how to solve problems. Mathematics is problem solving. Until we get that, nothing really changes. Mathematics is problem solving. Until you get that knowledge. That's why most of us made A1 in math can't solve one problem. Because we don't even understand what it means. So a child is struggling in math. You bring more and more math teacher. How do you teach mathematics with more math when there's a struggle? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And then all of us, when the child now comes back by 6, you pack all these activities on top of the child's head. And the child is from one lesson teacher to another. Your 1-year-olds are having lesson teacher. For goodness sake. What is that? For goodness sake. What is that? I usually tell the parents in the inner circle, everything, the curriculum, if you follow it through, your child becomes a math guru instantaneously, because it is built on executive functioning skills. And what is math? Executive functioning skills. The moment you can actually develop the executive functioning skills of a child, that's it. Thank you, Fumilayo. I studied math, made 2-1, I can't remember anything. That's it. Somebody said lesson teacher will soon start coming for you. It's not today. I've had them come for me. I remember you lesson wanted me to do ambassadorship for them. I don't do things I don't believe in. They're going to pay me a lot of money, but money is not my motivation. Sorry. Do I like making money? Yes, but it's not part of my motivation. My motivation is the value system. I am not going to preach that a child should be overshadowed. Never. I'm never going to preach it. No child should be overshadowed. A child should remain a child. A child should remain a child. So in that your tigerness, you shadow the child. The child, no time. These children can't play. They don't know what sand is. I remember when my children were in primary school, we used to go and look for sand pits where they are building houses so that my children can actually throw themselves in the sand. That was our extracurricular activities. When you're learning music, the only extra teacher we ever had was a music teacher. We didn't need a math teacher. Our son will do 100% in math today. You don't need a math teacher to raise a math guru. Quote me anywhere. You don't need a math teacher to raise a math guru. Quote me. Wendy Ologe, that's my name. Quote me anywhere. If you understand the things you need to do, there are many things that you're struggling with that you will not struggle with. Stop overshadowing your children. Stop getting your children to stay in school till it's 7 p.m. Stop putting your children in one. Everything is, oh, no, everything is about, oh, they are reading. Somebody said, my children are reading a lot of books that are not academics. My children don't read books that are academics the moment they step into my house during holiday. Why? What academics? Academic is a fruit of intentional parenting. My children read every other book, self-help book, story book. The world is bigger than English and maths. Come on. The world is bigger. The world is bigger than English and maths. The world is bigger than English and maths. So it's bigger than I just passed exam. No. How many people that are creating past exam? Go and, why not go and do the research? When you do it, you see that creative people are not, exam passers. I struggle with maths a lot. You guys don't know my story. I struggle with mathematics. I managed to have a C4 in maths. For an A-list student, C4 is like, wow, you made a C4? So it was a big struggle. So one of the things I did was to research, how do you raise maths gurus without having to put them in front of maths teachers? So I learned it. I was able to crack the code. You want to learn it and crack the code? Get into the inner circle. The curriculum we've created, that is the code. That is the code. And if in the academy, trust me, you follow that code, especially if your child is still a toddler, boom, that's it. It opens up the mind of the child, and that is it. Stop overscheduling your children. That's not what makes them smart. Overscheduling doesn't make a child smart. It takes away from them. What makes a child smart is building their executive functioning skills. Building their executive, that's what makes a child smart. A child who doesn't build executive functioning skills will only pass exam. Passing an exam is different from being smart, guys. You can pass all the exams you can pass, and yet you can't create nada. That's what is happening to us. Like I said, if I do a sample now, most of them made it 2-1. I did. I missed the first class by 0.1 mark. Yeah. That certificate is very, very much under my bed. Number 3, parenting peer pressure. Parenting peer pressure. There's something called comparenting peer pressure. Fumila said we cram to pass. That's it now. We cram to pass. A child is not successful by passing exams. No, that's not success. That's not what builds success. When you build the executive functioning skills of a child, that's what makes them smart. And geniuses are not born. Geniuses are made. You make a genius. There's a child that I follow. He's 2. He solves complex mathematics. He doesn't watch TV. He solves complex mathematics. What do you think has happened? Parenting. All right. Mom, today I intentionally stop overshadowing my children. I intentionally build executive functioning skills. Thank you so much, ma'am, for saying that. Awesome. I love it. Thank you. TIPN, no hype. If we're telling you about the intentional parenting, no, we're not hyping. We know what we're saying. Parenting peer pressure. Comparing your parenting with your child's achievement with others. People say, no, I'm not pressured by my peers. Children are the ones that you have parenting peer pressure. My child is 10. He has been pooping on his own since he was 1 month. Have you already gone for immunization? How old is your son? He's 10 months. He's not working yet. Wow, my son started working since 6 months. So, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We do all those comparisons. Fumilai, I'm going to share with us. Yes. We do all those comparisons. Your child, when did your child start putting? Even when you make a mistake, what do you think is parenting peer pressure? Your child makes a mistake in the airport, and then people are looking at you like, people are even say things like, if it's my child, my child cannot talk. I can't take this nonsense from my child. Believe it at your own peril. And then you get angry. My mate have children who are performing well, and then bass, you hit the child. Why? You've been pressured now. Ego, they just touched your ego, tickled you, and then you just boom, boom, and then you just that's it. But that's it. So at the end of the day, you find out that you are pressured. When you start thinking, if my son did this in school, what will people say? I must find out. Yesterday, we had an interesting conversation in the inner circle, and it was on, pressure, peer pressure. And I was trying to tell the parent that you don't need this. See, in parenting, you don't need to prove anything to anybody, not even to yourself. You don't need to, all right, prove anything to anybody, not even to yourself. That's a parenting mantra. That's a mantra to overcome parental peer pressure. That's a mantra to overcome, that's a mantra to overcome the peer pressure of, oh my, this person has done this and all of that. And that's what takes me to the next one. Parenting peer pressure is the cause of overemphasis on early academic achievement. That's a trend you must be cautious of. This particular trend, my child finished university at 20. Oh my goodness. My child, finished university at 18. Very fast, very smart. It's your ego. I left university at 20. None of my child will get into the 4 walls of university without turning 18. Never. We like to lie to ourselves. We thought, I turned out okay. I went to school early. I don't know how to lie to myself. I sat down. I reviewed my process. I came out tops of my class. Hello. Academics is the least of the problems. The least. It was a bragging right for my father. He was a bragging right for my father. And I've said it to him. And he agreed with me. Before you even land, my father tells you, oh, my 20-year-old daughter it was a thing when we were growing up. It was a thing, right? I'm 39 this year, so you can imagine. So I've left school like 19 years ago. So he just goes, oh, my daughter came out tops of the class. She missed the first class by just a few points. Now my papa, I hope my dad is not here. Oh shit. And that's how many of us are. If you're going to tell yourself the truth, it is you. It is not your child, it's you. And you are actually destroying that child without knowing. This is in the inner circle, our team of building, the system is raising kings. Those who sit on the table with kings and those who make kings. You see, these 3 categories of people is not fastness in school, overemphasis on academic that does it. No, parents will tell me, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Right now, you're telling me that, I know all these things that, you're saying. We're doing it because my children need to come out at 20 so that they can get a job. That is the mindset of people who are raising slaves, not kings. That's the difference. If you're raising a creative, you won't think that way. So the kinship system of raising a child is different. So the child is not even matured enough. The child will struggle all the struggle. I had my struggles. Tops of the class, I still had my struggles. Some of my classmates are here. They might not know it, but I don't know how to lie to myself. I've sat down, reviewed what happened to me in the university, and I swore no child of mine will ever go through that. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. So if what my child needs to do is a parenting trend you want to approach with caution, you might not agree with me, but it is the truth, and you know that is the truth. So even if you went to school at 9, according to you, I thought that, okay, that's how we lied to ourselves for so long and told ourselves, we thought that, okay, oh, they did it to us. They beat us. We did it. We thought that, okay. Right now, I want you guys to really sit down. Many of us, have we agreed that we didn't turn out okay? Our elotness is elotting us right now. Our trauma is traumatizing us. Let's not glory in things that don't make sense. Let's not normalize nonsenses. In the name of, look at me now. People even come to me and say, but you went to school early, you survived, you're doing well. You don't know what my allotness have allotted me until I got here. There's no need for all of that. There's no need for all of that. And I'm sure that the inner circle parents understand exactly this part of it. Zero tension, zero pressure, okayness in the mud. Right in the mud. We're not okay. We're not. It's child abuse. Thank you, Neka. Getting your children actually to get all these. Oh, my child needs to go to school by 10, in the university by 14. Not many children survive it. The little percentage of people that survive it, the very small percentage, go and ask them how they survived. Ask me, I will tell you. So don't look at all of it and just say, coach, what are you saying? But you left school at 20. You're doing well. Oh, yeah, I want my child to be like this. I'll leave it here. But please, this overemphasis on early academic achievement, pushing your children too hard, it can actually hinder overall development. All right? No one died. That's the thing we say in the academy. No one died. The overemphasis on academic success, like I said, if you do what you need to do, trust me, you will become successful academically. Your children will become. I've never sat down to say, hey, you're writing an exam. If you don't write it, hey, you're going to fail. I've never had that palpitation in my life. Zero tension. Zero. But anytime you do top 3 in my children's school, my children will be there. It's just a fruit of intentional parenting. I'm not doing anything extra. I'm not bringing, people to come. I'm not, hey, if you don't pass, you are going to die. Oh, this one. No. I was telling someone, I said, our daughter doesn't really do well in math. And the person said, what do you mean doesn't do well? What does she score? Between 80 and 90. In fact, her lowest was 85 or so. And that 85 was like, they really struggled and all of that. And as far as I'm concerned, 85 is a beautiful mark. Coming from somebody who struggled with mathematics. I want her to be able to use it to solve problem more than to use it to just pass an exam. Let's move on. Alrighty. Have you invited your family and your friends? Who is enjoying this class? If you are, I'm wearing yellow today. Share the fire emojis. Who knows that yellow is part of the colors of TIP Academy? Red, yellow, and who is going to answer the third color? If you get the third color, I have a gift for you. That third color is so hidden. I like it. So if you get the third color, it's yellow, red. There is a third brand color of the TIP Academy. Do you know it? Do you know it? If you do, if you get it, I have a gift for you. Somebody said blue. Nah. Green. Nah. Green is the Masterpiece Mentorship brand color. So we run the Masterpiece Mentorship program where we mentor just women. That's the Masterpiece Mentorship brand color. It's just all green. No. Who got it? Nkonye said orange. Oh my goodness. That's it. I owe you a gift. That's it. It's orange, orange, orange. Who liked this game now? So at least we can recreate the tension. Oh no, man, sorry. Nkonye already got it. Nkonye have it. Nkonye have it. Let's rise up for the champion. Yay! All right, Nkonye, you must have heard me, Masterpiece, say this thing. Why now? I would have said Masterpiece women should not answer. Why? I made a mistake. Everybody who attended Masterpiece last year must know that orange is the third color of the TIP Academy color brand. We have red, we have yellow, and we have orange. We like all the popping colors. Bring it on. We like to pop. We love the energy. And boom, boom, boom. All right. So let us move on. The next one is parenting on instinct without knowledge. Be very cautious of that approach. Parenting on instinct, right? Without knowledge. Okay, now, Onome said it first. Yes, a lot of people have said orange, but Onome said it first. Parenting on instinct without knowledge. When you parent without knowledge, you won't know your child. Somebody help me put that in the comment section. When you parent without knowledge, you won't know who your child is. Quote me anywhere. Shebi is when you know what to know, that you know what you have to know. How do you even know what you don't know? My friend Etima said, how do you really know what you do not know? How do you know what you don't know? You don't. Any parent who is parenting a child without knowledge You don't know your child. Write it in the comment section for me. When you parent without knowledge, you don't know who you are parenting. You do not know. You do not know. You do not know. I see you, the governor, and I see you, Auntie Etima. I didn't know you guys were inside this room. You don't know your child. Like Etima that said, how do you know what you don't know? If you are parenting a child, you don't know your child. You don't. Because how do you understand your child's learning style? How do you do that? You can't. It's totally impossible to do that. Because you don't know what it is. How do you understand your child's temperament? You don't know what it is. How do you understand their personality? You don't know what it is. How do you understand the disciplinary method that works for your child just because that your child is a kinesthetic learner? You don't know what it is. If you don't know where you're going, how do you know where you will arrive? Please, how? Can you tell me how? You can't arrive anywhere. So all this, I am doing it by instinct. I have my instinct. After all, our parents, nobody taught them. But look at us today now. It's like kalo parenting. Thank you, Auntie Tima. It's like kalo. Just do it. Probability, and that's what most of our parents did. Probability. That's why they will say a child that will turn well will turn well. The one that will not turn well will turn well. That's abdication of responsibility. Many of our parents abdicated responsibility when it comes to parents. If God has given you a child, God is not giving you a child so that the child will not turn out well. Never. It's never in the plan of God. If the child doesn't turn out well, it is your fault. It's not God's fault. Because God doesn't parent children. I know. You will quote for me now that my children shall be taught of the Lord. Who is the teacher of the Lord? The teacher of the Lord is you. So that prayer is null and void. As you're praying it and thinking, the Lord will teach my children of the Lord, is a lie. The teacher of the Lord is you. Instincts just receive straight bullets. The teacher of the Lord is you. So if you are that person who is still believing in your experiences, your intuition, your opinion, you must look beyond that and look at evidences. Evidences. So, our parents will say, is it not the same way that I parented child A, child B, and child T3 turned out however it is I wanted? It's not my fault. I didn't know. It is your fault because you didn't understand who you were raising. You cannot know a child if you lack knowledge. If you're someone, you've never read a parenting book, you've never attended a parenting class, you don't know what it is that you're talking about parenting, you don't know your child, quote me anywhere. I will answer. My name is Wendy Ologe. I will answer. There is nowhere where God has given us children so that whatever we be, we be. It is a lie from the pit of hell. Then we say these things. Whatever will be, will be. Our parents, after all, my brother, we are 5. They raised us. They didn't even flog him, but look at him. Do you think that that's what it's about? We actually think that this parenting thing is, we flogged my brother the way they flogged all of us. All of us, took it. We all turned out okay. He's the only one that didn't turn out okay. Have you even realized who are you parenting? Most of us don't know. I said that the biggest tragedy is having children who are more knowledgeable than their parents, and having parents who do not know the people that they are raising. That's the problem. That's the problem. And while you compare this, to what it is I used to do, children are bolder now. Children are more exposed, more aware. Parenting will require a lot more intelligence in our time. You see, simple moral explanation, it's no longer enough. Your child will do something, you say, keep quiet. Keep quiet is what? Keep quiet. In the era of information and knowledge, you're telling a child to keep quiet. Your child does not need you to gain information from you. That's the sad thing we don't realize. You are not needed for information because it is everywhere. You are no longer the most influential informant. There are many sources of information. You no longer sit on that table, climb down. Your children need wisdom. If you don't have it, Wisdom is the knowledge you gain and how you practicalize it. If you don't have wisdom today, you do not know who you are parenting. We are going to see my pastor said so. It's no longer sufficient. No longer sufficient. We'll have to face difficult questions, explain things beyond borders. It's no longer the same. It's no longer children these days, well, they are less fearful of your societal standards. Do you know why? There's information everywhere. They want actual answers. Why is it that you're saying we should not put on tattoos? What are you talking about? And you say it's because they will go to hellfire. Are you joking? Is that a joke? Are you joking? Or you come and say, oh, don't have sex because if you have sex, you will get pregnant. Like, is that really a joke? It's not a joke now. You have to be intelligent to function effectively as parents. We must keep learning. And perhaps, very many of the times, what I tell people that are younger than not married, marry intelligent people as well. People who will seek wisdom. Because it's even more tragedious, permits me, that now one parent is knowledgeable, intelligent, the other one is not. Because you know what? We cannot give what we don't have. So yes, that's it. There are studies on how to raise a kid. There are evidences. Who say, oh, there's no manner to raising a child? Who told you so? There are evidences on how geniuses are raised. Hi. Oh, I wish this was an inner circle webinar. I'm waiting for you guys. Waiting for you guys on Thursday. I can't wait. Inner circle parents, are you there? If you're not in an academy, you are a parent today, you are wrong. I'm not mincing words to say it. You are wrong. You have gone through parenting, no class, no book, no parenting academy. You are wrong. Even for your marriage today, it is not love that sustains marriage. Why do you think we're having failed marriages? Why do you think our parents' marriages didn't fail? It didn't disintegrate. It failed. Most of the marriages I saw failed. They were just afraid of the society, so they stayed in the failure. The marriages today is vivid because in our generation, a lot of people are saying, you know what? We don't really care. And then they're walking away. Then we're not saying, no, there are more people are now walking away from marriages and wrong, divorce, and all of that. Our parents stayed. Our parents stayed under what circumstances? Under what circumstances? Are we joking? Our friends stayed. Stayed as what? As what? So when we start and we say, well, it's this generation. Who raised this generation? Are we guys? Who raised us? Who raised us? They raised us. The sample we are replicating in the system of the parenting we're giving out is what we saw. That's what we are giving. So you can't give what you don't have. The marriage template we have today, we are doing it on, they told us, once you see somebody, you love the person, you have children, and that's what they taught us. That's what we are doing. That's what we are doing. That's what they taught us. That's what we're doing. So now you come and say, once I love the guy in marriage, the marriage will fail. I'm not a prophet of doom. You need sustainable systems. I was trying to prepare for the inner circle webinar just few minutes ago. We run webinars, weekly webinars. I'm sure that's why inner circle parents are here gingering. I said goals are for people. It's a quote by James Clay. Goals are for people that care about winning once. Systems are for people who care about winning repeatedly. Repeatedly. If you want to really win repeatedly, you need systems. So your intentions are not enough. Your intentions are not enough. You need systems. Your goals, you need systems. You just win once. You need systems to sustain. So the governor is writing a book called The Three Rivers of Marriage. There's a part where he wrote about marriage systems. See, without marriage systems, a marriage fails. I have seen it countless times. Even the marriages we are saying didn't fail, it failed. Look very well. The same way we are saying that we turned out okay. The same way people tell me that we didn't become goats. They called us goats. Have we really looked well? Are there not some of us that have horns? Maybe because we can't see it. All right, let me go on. Okay, the other one that you must parenting need to approach with caution is discipline as a reaction. Discipline as a reaction. When you overreact, when you rely on reactivity as a disciplinary strategy, right? You need to approach that with caution because that's not discipline. That's not discipline. Discipline is actually the skills that you build. We are currently reading Discipline is Not an Emergency in level 1. All right. We read Discipline That Works and Discipline is Not an Emergency as our second book, as a book, of reads in this month. And in that book, what I tried to write in that book is that discipline is about the systems, the schedules, the skills, the structures that you build. So it's not in reactive. This is not a reactive. It's not a reaction. It's a response. Discipline is not a reaction. It's a response. It's a response. Many times we are reacting. What we call discipline in our climb is reaction. You react. Your child does something. You beat them. We actually even pride ourselves to be very disciplined people. You know that African parents are very, when I see those things online, I almost close my eyes. African parents are very disciplined because we are reactive. We are emotionally deregulated. There is something wrong with us, but we cannot say it. We cannot say it. We don't even know that there's something wrong with us. Watch it. Watch it. This is so key. Is your discipline a reaction or is it really true discipline? So if you're that parent listening to me now, whenever your child does something wrong, you're quick to, scream. You're quick to slap. That's not this. You're not a very disciplined person. No? In fact, if you cannot control your own emotions, you lack discipline. You absolutely lack discipline. Don't kid yourself. Tell yourself today, I lack discipline and I need to learn how to become a disciplined person. You can't even teach parents, you can't even teach your children how to be disciplined without understanding discipline. You know what discipline is? Sitting down here at 2 p.m. every Tuesday to deliver this class. Discipline is the structures that you create. Put in structures and you will see all that thing you're clamoring for, this, everything just crash because it's structure. Discipline is not reaction, it's structure. Discipline is not beating, it's not yelling, it's structure, it's a skill. You build the skill of discipline. Most of us claim to have disciplined parents. My parents were very disciplined. What made them disciplined? They were very irresponsible with their emotions. They couldn't control their emotions. They were deregulated. They lashed us on us. They beat us like criminals. And we call them discipline. No, that's not discipline. Yet these same people, some of them were drunkards. Some of them whiled away their time doing nothing with it. Some of them, had too many times they could have used to do something. They didn't use it to do anything. And yet we actually sit down. See, when the definition of the thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Abuse is inevitable. We don't know the definition of discipline. That's one of our biggest problems. So we just claim discipline. We say, Nigerians are very disciplined parents. How can we be indisciplined people and very disciplined parents? Doesn't that tell you something? We're the ones that beat traffic. We're the ones that did it. We're the ones that struggle with it. Doesn't that tell you that we don't have structures in place? It's the narrative that Nollywood sold to us. Yes. And then, we even come out and said, Oyibo children are spoiled. Oyibo people don't know how to raise children. Who even taught you those things? How can we even be saying that? See, parenting problems are not peculiar to a particular race. Parenting problems are very wide. Very wide. There are people here listening to me that are not Nigerians, and they can also attest that these problems are wide. If you do not have discipline skills, you don't have it. You don't have it. Discipline is built. Discipline is built. It's not a feeling. My child did something, I feel like if I don't flog the child, and then we quote the Bible on top, spare the rod and spoil the child. We actually quote these Bibles, I actually stand on it. By the way, there's nothing like that in the Bible. Spare the rod and spoil the child. It's not there. This word that I've just said is not there. Let us actually look at this process of our parenting, right? And begin to do things right. It's not about we even come with the any child that they don't flog, we spoil. Who even brings out these things? My mom never flogged me. My dad, you don't have to flog a child for the child. Flogging is not discipline. The problem is that we flog these children and then we leave discipline proper. The same child you flog, the child does something in school. You were supposed to allow the child go on suspension, you go and beg. A child is found having sex in school. You come and say, I've beaten the child so much. Please don't expel him. He's going to actually miss exams. I've beaten him a lot in school, in the house. So I've disciplined him. For you, that's discipline. What a wrong way to teach your child anything. So instead of your child to actually go through natural consequences of what it is that happened to them, the school have expelled the child, why are you begging? And then you come back and you say, no, because of what people will say, let me beg so that he will remain in school. Because of so that he doesn't miss his exams. If he does not write WAEC this year, as if these certificates are tickets to heaven, then you end up ruining your child in the name of, I am a very disciplined parent. If you see what I did to my child when they brought him back from school, I beat him, built back, gave him mark. Oh shit, you have missed it. The child didn't learn anything. A parent reached out to me and told me that the child, what did he say? The child was caught watching porn 2 years ago. She had beaten the child to stupor that 2 years ago and thought it has stopped. And all of it has stopped. All of a sudden, this child, as we're looking at her now, this child now has now come back. She's now 2 years later. I still caught her again watching porn. I just asked her, I say, ma, when they flog you, do you stop? If you start watching porn, they flog you, will you stop watching porn? Sometimes we actually, we actually put things that are not. A child is dealing with a problem. You're aggressively responding. You're reacting. So looking back and saying, what do I need to do to help this child? If your child is not helped in a situation, you have not disciplined the child. And part of the help, if my child is expelled from school, part of the help is that you first of all stay in school, stay in the house for 1 full year. Why am I struggling for you to go to school? Why? It's a natural consequence. You've done so. So when people say, they discipline you people do, the kind of discipline, it's poor children. Most of you cannot actually give out that kind of discipline because you're not emotionally stable either. Because you don't even have the heart to be able to carry them out. It takes a lot. It takes emotional stability to actually be able to do it. So you would rather cover it up. Number one, for the sake of what people will say, parenting pressure. My other children will finish. They will be 1 year ahead of her. Oh, what will people say? And of course, you do all there is. That's why you pay for exams, malpractice, so that your children will pass WAEC once. Why? Your child cannot write WAEC twice. Why? If you decide that you want to write WAEC, how is it your problem? How have you converted what your child should be working for to what it is that feeds your ego? How did you get there? How did you get there? To what fits your ego? To a learning process your child should have. You convert it to your ego feeding process. I will stop here. Another thing you should look out for is technology, overuse of technology. You see this using screen as a nanny, like I said. I've said this thing 6 years ago. Today, we're now having screen autism in full blown. You're putting your children in front of the screen from morning till night, and you're just looking at the child, and then you're saying, "No, I don't have time." This thing you're saying is not possible. It's not possible to raise a child who is not, just watching screen. There is the only thing I can do. They need to watch Cocomelon. Go and watch. Was it who posted that thing the other day? Elon Musk. Go to his page. Can go and watch War on Children. Then you will know why you need a parenting academy. Go and watch it. because ignorance will kill your child. Literally, ignorance will kill your child. It's a trending this thing today. Very trending. Blink has been flying everywhere. There's a war on your child. It's not an African thing. Neither is a general war. The children have been programmed using everything, and you can't even see because you're not knowledgeable enough. You're not knowledgeable enough. Yup, that's it. So if you can find that video, it's been trending. It's on his page. I think it's a 2-hour, story on the war on children. The war on children. Like Coach Ayitayo said during the EI course, ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is death. Don't kid yourself. It's death. Everybody should be on that class. So all these, my children learn a lot on screen. The skills your child will need to thrive in the 21st century is not on the screen. 6 years down the line, I have said this. The brain doesn't learn on the screen because the brain is a meaning-making machine. It's a meaning-making machine. All right? When you're done, you can go and look for that video. Go and look at it, War on Children. And then when you finished, then you will now know that I do not need to just be parenting in intuition on what it is that I think I know. There are evidences, there are people who have been called in a generation to show the way. Respectfully speaking, I am one of them. It doesn't matter whether you believe or not, but I'm telling you the truth. Like Apostle Salman will say, that's the truth. All right. So let's move on. The next one is parental burnout. Parental burnout. Yeah, the war on children. That's the name. Go and find it. Go and watch it. The war on children. Very key. Parental burnout. You ignore your own well-being, constantly prioritizing the needs of your child, right? And it can lead to a parental burnout. It's very crucial for parents to practice self-care, maintain. Look at what I call essentialism. Try. If you're not at this point, if you're not in the inner circle, I can help you. On Thursday, I shall be teaching parents time and energy management using the concept of essentialism. There's nothing like balance. If you're looking for balance from now till when, you will not find it. So yes, using the concept of essentialism. Parental burnout. Don't burn out. If you burn out, you won't be able to parent, the way you should. If you need to work out, work out. If you need to, do stuff. You need to read. If you need to catch your breath, please do. Don't burn out. Part of the problems our own parents had. They had this problem of parental burnout. By the time we were now becoming, who we are, right? They now felt that we owed them. Because, according to many of our parents, they sold their lives, everything was about, children and all of that. I am for parenting intentionally. I am also for living a life of legacy because you are also a human being who should be contributing to the things that you should do. So most of our parents burnt out. And right now it's looking like I gave my all, I gave my life, you are my life. Your children is not your life. Come off it. If you die today, your children will survive. Try. This looks like what I tell inner circle parents. Now the last one, ignoring your mental health. Now, ignoring mental health both for the child and also you. See, the parents listening to me right now, inner circle parents are listening to me with like double tentacles. And if you're not in the academy, you're listening to me like now, hey, where do I start? That's what is happening. And I know. But the system in the academy gives you that system, that structure. And the classes are carefully created in such a way that the classes are different. It's not anything you see in the public. Nothing is not anywhere. You can't even Google it. We share ungoogleable products. All right, let's go on. Don't ignore mental health. We talked about emotional intelligence at our last course. If you didn't attend the emotional intelligence course, please buy replay. Buy replay if it do you a whole lot of good. When you neglect emotional well-being of both you and your child, is a trend that you need to approach with caution. Seek professional help when needed. Learn how to manage your emotions. If not, you will go into depression. Especially in these times where, I hear people saying, the economy of Nigeria, the economy is downing all over the world. That's the truth. And if you do not work on your emotions, you do not work on how to actually keep your head sane, you will run mad. Some people say, oh, our parents, the kind of pressure they faced, were they not okay? Were they really okay? Were they really okay? We were raised by people who were very much emotionally deregulated. All right. And the last one, okay, this is the last one. Parental oversharing on social media. The pressure. It also comes from pressure. It also comes from pressure. You violate your child's privacy. You share your children's, this in vulnerable situations. People actually, they are disciplining their children. The child is crying. Oh, mommy, calm down. You post it on social media. Do you know that posting people's video when they are emotionally vulnerable is one of the most wicked thing I've ever seen? Someone is actually crying. Somebody is crying or in the state of, and you actually video, record it, and then you post it on social media. You do that with your children. You think he's just, let's just chase cloud. And you're doing this to a digital nomad. A digital nomad. Somebody who is a digital citizen, somebody who was born online. Online, what will be found of them? Watch what you share. You should be mindful of what you share and respect your children's boundary. At the age of my children right now, I ask what I can share. They actually sanction or not. There are things they've said, oh, these are the things that I don't want shared, please. Yes. Non cycle parents cannot miss the shots. Watch what you share. Stop sharing your children in vulnerable positions. Your child is crying. In fact, some of us even want to record those disciplinary times so you can prove to people. Some people even post it and say things like, I am not one of those parents who believe that you should not beat a child. I beat my child. I don't care what it is that you think. Come on now. Share your own picture now. If you go on my this thing, you see, very many this thing of my pictures. Once I have this thing to share, I share. Share your own. You are the one. You're the one in this. Stop sharing. Stop sharing vulnerability. What pains me is the vulnerable part. What pains you is the vulnerable part. Please be mindful. Be very, very mindful. Don't go about trying to prove a point. And I'm going to end with this quote. Parenting, effective parenting, means that you have nothing to prove. Parenting is done right when you realize that you have nothing to prove to anybody, including yourself. Let me say that again. Parenting is done right when you come to the realization, you have made peace with the fact that you have nothing to prove to yourself, to anybody, even to yourself. Even when you're looking at yourself, you want to really assert yourself. I'm doing this discipline thing well. Sometimes that one makes you do those things. Yeah. You are in the airport, your child is doing something and crying, and then you want to assert yourself like a good parent. You will say, oh, if I don't do this now, people will look at me like I'm not a good parent. You slap the child. Bah, bah, bah. Many times you don't want to. Family friends are around. Your child does something silly. You want to actually assert to them that you're a good parent. And then if you get to a point where you have nothing to prove to anyone, not even to yourself, then that is where you know you have taken off when it comes to parenting. And my name is Wendy Ologe, and I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. This is me today telling you that if you are not in the system, you're not winning. You just have won once. Goals are for people who care about winning once. Systems are for those who care about winning repeatedly. Are you in a system? Or are you just, intentions here and there? It profited you nothing. You need to actually create a system to work your journey And that is why every day I invite you, book a slot and join the inner circle. I've never missed saying it on a daily basis. And I'm going to say so that you don't say, when we start on the 1st of December, you don't say you didn't hear us. Oh, I didn't hear. I didn't know. A lot of people come there and say, we lock the ark just like it's locked now. And Noah will not have the key. Inner circle parents are borrowing their language. They say that the ark is locked after 1st of December, and Noah does not even have the key. All right. So we don't come into the ark leaving it open. God shuts us in. So one of the things you want to do right now is book a slot so you don't get shut in. We only admit people 1st of December every year. So 1st of December is the next admission. The beautiful thing is it's 100,000 naira a year, flat rate. If you're coming in as a couple, you pay 170,000 naira. The good thing is you can start paying now and start paying and start breaking your payment. But whether you need a system, you need it. This is not a question of do I want to, do I need to know? It's a need. I know, like I know my name, that you need the inner circle program. Me, I know. Not because we run it, but I know. Will you be joining us at the Inner Circle program this coming year? And don't forget, while you're at it, read parenting books. So read books. So I've written 14 of them. That will not even permit me to, write. And I think if you want to get any of them, all the 14 of them, I think about 70,000 or so. I can't remember. But you can buy them. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Can buy them off on our distributors, and you can get all our books on Amazon. They are available on Amazon. Buy it. Start reading it. Mr. Chris, I see you. Mr. Chris has become one of my favorite Yada fathers. Yep. I see you, sir. See you on Thursday. There are some Yada fathers who are fathers. Yes, who are in the inner circle, not just joking. We don't come to joke. We come to actually become Yadas. So TIP is an immunization center that get immunized with knowledge. All right, get the books. All right, we're going to be launching the next course on understanding your child's learning style. I think that should be next week. Get ready, get into that. Because if your child is struggling, your child is not passing exam, you are putting all the lessons teacher, bring that lesson teacher money. Trust me, come and learn. When you finish learning, you start paying me that teacher lesson teacher. Do you agree? You pay me that lesson teacher money, and then you begin to pay it to me. If you agree, then come. Thank you so much. Ada Chuku said, inner circle is my wedding gift to my children. Oh, Mr. Joseph Adjo, are you there? These are all, the other fathers and all of that. I see you guys. See you on Thursday. Yadas, we move. See you guys. It's interesting that inner circle webinars are even more watched, than public webinars. That shows you something. We have sometimes 700 inner circle parents watching live when it's inner circle webinar. All right, this is a free webinar, yet we have 387 people. Think about it. And then before you even drop that webinar in the inner circle, almost all of the parents have watched it. You just see a repeat, 1,000 watches, and then they don't watch once. Inner circle parents know why they are here. They watch twice, thrice, and then we keep going. I watch too. I rewatch. All right. Thank you so much, guys. See you guys on Thursday. And yes, if you're not in the yard yet, book your slots today. Yes, we'll continue to pressure you. We will pepper you. This is the right kind of pressure. All right? The very right kind of pressure. We will pepper you. See Ologe Root. I don't even know how we bear the same name. She's a single girl and she's an inner circle girl. Now, we cannot call you parent again, Ruth, but we call you an inner circle girl. In fact, I envy this babe. Anytime I see her, I'm like, kind of things that you're learning, you're having is just amazing. All right, shout out to you, Ruth. Jamila said I should celebrate mothers. Should I even celebrate you, or should I just clap for you guys? You guys are amazing. Trust me, really amazing. Mothers will go all the way. I celebrate you guys. I celebrate you guys. Well done, well done, well done. And thank you to everyone. Are you listening to me for the very first time? If you have listened to me for the very first time and you are in this stream, let me see you say yes in the comment section. Let me see you say yes in the comment. This is your first time. And let me see you say if you got value, all right, listening to me today. Was this worth your time? Was it what your time? Smart Timothy, shout out to inner circle parent fathers. Was this what your time? Yes, blessing mantra, Utsman. Awesome, awesome. I see you guys. It was what your time. We have a few people watching me for the very first time. I hope it was 1 hour well spent. And are you going to also share this with your family and friends and get them to listen? Blessing says, yes, it was worth my time. Happiness say you're welcome in the name of the Lord. Yes, we should sing. You are welcome in the name of the Lord. We should actually sing it for you guys. Yeah. Clementina said, what it? Thank you. I got lots of value. It's worth my time. Thank you. Boom, boom, boom. That's how we go. We are value givers. We don't just come here to just waste your time. No, we don't. We don't. All right. And yes, Ruth has named it Inner Circle Babe. So inner circle parents, inner circle babe, inner circle fathers, inner circle mothers. So shout out to you, Ruth, inner circle babe. I see you. All righty. Thank you so much for being here with me. See you guys on Thursday, inner circle parents. And if you're not in the inner circle, yes, book a slot today. You see that number scrolling on that. Simply send us a message. Or just send us a message on WhatsApp. All right. And if you haven't gotten the PI course, look at the details of my screen. This will give you access to the replay. You can watch the replay. It's a good place to start. It is a good place to start. One for Bella said, I have shared already. Yay! This is so good. That means this is it. Bidemi said your skin is skinning, it's popping. We're in our popping season, Bidemi. You guys are making me turn out to me, not to inside this place. You guys leave me alone. Inner circle parents, I see you guys. See you on Thursday and see you in the yard. Alrighty, have an amazing day, everybody, and thank you for coming. See you on Tuesday live at 2 p.m. again.